Started streaming already?
Yes.
Haha! Sucker.
Drivers, to your cars.
Alright, let me fill up a drink and then we will be ready for the Music City 200. I said to not do that! Stop with the copyrighted music! Non-copyright, please! Don't you love when you go to get a drink and by the time you get back, you've already consumed half of it?
So you get two.
That's why you go back to the kitchen and top it off again. Just notice that American flag glitches out a little bit.
Figure out some food. I'll be back when I figure it out.
Alright, good luck.
Drivers, to your cars.
Alright, time for your starting grid for the Music City 200. On pole, Jack Painter. Outside pole, Ziggy Moonglow. Second row, Broderick Whitman and Dwight York. Third row, Dave Daniels and Brian Lowe. Fourth row, Chauncey Redman and Dylan Luthley. Fifth row, Joe Polson and Bobby Farrell. Sixth row, Reno Jackson and Jonathan Cheeseman. Seventh row, Jared Shadle and Stephen Davis. Eighth row, Jared Mogard and Nate Schuff. Ninth row, Brandon Rains, Alex Stello. 10th row, Doug Spark and Ron Stout. On the 11th row, Rod Weston and Stephen Lowe. On the 12th row, we have Cristiano De Sa and Philip Parker. On the 13th row, Ben White, Tony Gunk. 14th row, Charles White and John Van Thiel. On the 15th row, Logan Sheets making his debut and Adam Beresford. 16th row, that's Jacob Stumpf and Steven Spears. 17th row, Nate Moorhead and Grant Lyde. On the 18th row, Molitor Hill and Stephen Inkman. And bringing up the rear, surprisingly, Trey Larkin. Let's jump forward a minute and a half. We're not waiting that all out. And we are ready for the command to start the engines.
Drivers, start your engines!
And the engines are fired. And the field all pull away. Field forms up, coming down the back stretch. We'll be coming to the green to start 200 laps around the Nashville Fairground Speedway. Pace car is in. And we are green from Nashville. Jack Painter will lead him away and take the lead down the backstretch. Roger Whitman having a look to the inside of Moonglow. Better run on the high side. Moonglow gets clear and solidifies the second place standing. Redmond fighting with Polson. They're just not getting quite the same momentum off the bottom as they are off the top. That was something we saw a lot in the qualifying heat, that the top side, if you could pinch it on the bottom, worked just as well, if not better, than the bottom. And Redmond will get clear. Lowe working on the outside of Luthley here. See if he can get a good run off of turn 4 and maybe get the spot, but he fades back to the center of the corner and Luthley will get clear. Cheeseman, Shadle, Mogard, and Davis having a scrap here. They're going to drag Bobby Farrell into it. This whole section of the field looking a little scrappy still. Farrell trying to get clear of it. Cheeseman going to sail it up there. Try to get established on the outside of the 73, maybe make a spot. Can't do it that lap. Stephen Davis hanging tough on the bottom. All the way onto the apron for Stephen Davis. Going to lose momentum and drop a couple of spots. Losing a good handful of spots. Still going backwards. A little contact from Desal. Desal looking 3 wide. We are 3 wide. A lot of contact, but everybody keeps going. Davis is a ton of spots in 1 lap. Just got off into 1, tried to give too much room, got himself on the apron, and went backwards. I think that was 5 or 6 spots. Still fading. Trying to gather it back up and get back into a groove. Phil Parker here fighting Van Thiel, trying to make a spot. 3 wide at the back of the field. Trey trying to work his way forward after an abysmal qualifying effort. Ooh, a little contact with Moorhead. Moorhead onto the apron. And here's our battle for the lead between Jack Painter and Ziggy Moonglow. two of them have pulled away from everybody else. Yeah, it doesn't seem like Moonglow's got quite enough to actually get there to make a move, but he's sticking right with him. White York is checked out with them. Whitman's got a little bit of company back here. He's got Dave Daniels just off his bumper. And a big gap behind Lukley, so we'll look back for Brian Lowe. He's got Reno Jackson sizing him up to make a move. Doug Sparks still working on the outside here. May have finally gotten himself clear, but I think he wants to try to make a move on Reigns here. Desau is going to stick it in on the bottom. And Sparks going to clear him off the corner. Battle ahead of him now. Weston looking for the spot from the 15. Does not get the run off the bottom though, and the 15's going to pull back ahead. Still fighting him off into 1 and 2. And an unscheduled pit stop for Chauncey Redmond Jr. This car was running up at the front of the field. See if they can get some quick work done, but he's going to lose a lap for sure. Right side's going on it. I can't imagine this is a strategy call. This feels entirely too early and not like a wise strategy. When a yellow flag ends your day. Nope, they're working on something up under the hood of that car. And he's going to finally pull away. He's lost at least 2 laps. Now. I believe we're going to see him score 2 laps down this time around. Yep, there it is. 2 laps down. Chauncey Redmond Jr., 20 laps in. Let's watch this car for a minute, see if it's actually got the pace or if there's something wrong with the machine at this point. Seems like he's holding them up. Oh yeah, something is not quite right as they're going to put him 3 wide down the front stretch. Ooh, Shadle onto the apron, trying not to be in a wreck there, but he might cause one anyway. Watch Reno Jackson just pull away from the 40 car here down the back stretch. This might stack the whole field up. Or everybody behind it anyway, which is most of the field here. Be 10th on back, getting stacked up. Well, he might be getting back up to speed. Although they still look to be all over him. Weston going to try to use this as an opportunity to try to make a move on Cheeseman. The bottom is just not working for him. Doesn't quite get clear. It's giving Cheeseman some, no, it's giving Redmond some breathing room. And I think Weston's got him here off of turn 2. He's clear. Rod Weston moves into the top 10. Scan up to the front. That battle might be heating up a little. It is. Ziggy's really having a look, and Dwight York is closing on them both. And they're going to be catching the back of the field here soon. We saw that in the qualifying race. The leader would catch the back of the field, but not really be able to do anything with them. Top 3 under a blanket. See if anybody wants to make a move. So Trey Larkin's only moved up to 33rd. He's a 4 spots up, but one of those is Redmond, who's 2 laps down with the unscheduled pit stop. So not really making any real good progress. He's Moonglow takes a look. On the bottom, nothing doing, slides up, nearly hits him. Here comes York. They're going to be up in this traffic here pretty quick. Let Painter kind of stretch out a little bit here. They're going to catch the back of the field here, and I think that's going to stack them up. But if you can start picking off cars, it's so hard to pass as we get later in the time. But every car you can get becomes a pretty good cork to keep everybody else behind. And I think that's what Painter's going to be looking for, is trying to get by a couple of these cars. This trio has about 5 seconds on Whitman in front of the rest of them. One of the main chasers, and then the whole pack about 10 seconds back. Probably going to drag that second group up to them slowly, though, as they get checked up by these lap cars. Yeah, Whitman made 2/10 that lap. Yeah, Moonglow just sitting there, waiting for an opportunity from the looks of it. Oh, he's going to take a look at the bottom. This didn't work the last time. Maybe it'll go for him this time. Still nothing doing there. Painter's going to go to the outside of Molitor Hill, try to get one lap car between he and the rest. Moonglow's going to just sit here behind the lap car. That's not really going to work out. And Painter's going to clear the first lap car. Molitor Hill down a lap. So much traffic in front of him, though, I don't know how much good that it's really going to do him. Lee did stretch out on Whitman a little bit that lap, so maybe that pass has helped. But look at all this traffic ahead of him. Ooh. Moonglow takes a look inside Hill. Doesn't work out for him. York probably could have taken advantage by going to the outside there, but he did not do it. Painter needs to start working his way through more of these cars. He'd really like to get up there and put Trey a lap down. That's a strong car that'll be a force to be reckoned with throughout the season. Giving him some bad point saves and making him continue to have to race his way into these events would be beneficial to anybody that wants to win the championship. Painter to the inside of Moorhead. Is he going to clear him? No. But he might be able to get him here in 1 and 2 as they come in side by side. Moorhead rolls the top very well. Painter still side by side with the lap car. He's just not getting this done. Might have gotten it there. He's clear. And Nate Moorhead down a lap. Ziggy trying to get around the 66. Can't quite do it there. And he's gotten the 66. Now he needs to get the 10. He's going for 2 at the same time kind of deal. Hasn't gotten around Moorhead just yet, but he might get him here down the back, and he does. So Painter and Moonglow are through the first 2 lap cars. Let's see if Ziggy can start pulling out on these lap cars. That's what he needs to do. As York looks to the outside of Hill. Stump the next victim for Painter as he goes through trying to lap everybody he can. Quickly approaching 1/4 distance. Got a lot of normally really good cars here at the back. Trey near the back of the field. Beresford's not too much further up the road. Sheets and Spears are back here, but expecting them to run a lot better. Moonglow closing in on Painter now. It's just getting checked up. York has not been able to get around the 10 car. And Alex Stello to the pits as we work lap 49 now. That seems awful early for a pit stop as well. And Ziggy is right there now on Painter. Painter's going to go to the inside of the 9. And Stello losing some laps, and Painter does not get the job done on the 9. Gonna have to try to set him up again. Almost gave him a little nudge there into the corner. Here comes Moonglow with a run from the high side. Not going to take it off into 1 though. Larkin up here on the high side now. It looked like he was going to try to take a run on Sheets off into turn 1, but nothing came of it. Ziggy looking to the inside of Painter now. Just that car steps out on the bottom and he can't get the job done. He's going to stick it in again. Painter going to get a run on the high side. He's going to get stuck behind. Nope, he's going to get to the outside of the 9. This might actually help him get around him. Gonna try to get a run from the high side. He'll clear the 9. That's what he needed to do. York finally got around the 10. Now he's all over Ziggy. A little bit of open track here ahead of the 51 if Painter can get to it before you catch Spears. Not a ton. But maybe just enough to breathe if he can get through these cars. To update on Alex Stello, he has resumed 2 laps down. He is last now in this race, but we still have no retirements thus far. And we've got 32 cars remaining on the lead lap. Just gets more and more difficult to pass as the tires wear out. And these guys just don't seem confident in trying it on the high side. Look at how checked up Painter got there. brought all the cars behind him right up to him. Needing to find some room here to get around these guys. Still has one car in buffer between he and the next two chasers, but that's not a comfortable margin. They are continuing to open the gap up on Whitman now. Gap sitting right around 4 seconds. As York might be having a look at Moonglow, no. Sheets pulling up on White up here ahead of the leader. And we've got a car heading to the pits. Cristiano De Sa comes in. This might be an okay point to short pit and try to make it the rest of the way, but it's an awful big risk. You lose 2 laps, it seems. And if a yellow comes out, it's going to just end your hunt. Tires going on the De Sa machine. As Painter is all over the double O. And De Sa has resumed. 2 laps down, ahead of Stello, but behind Redmond. Nine car looking to Painter's inside. That's not working, but maybe it'll force him high and get him to go around these guys. Here comes Moonglow around the outside of the 9 now. Painter gets the inside of the double O. Can't get it done. Here comes Moonglow. He's there. The 9 races him a little bit up off the corner there. Painter to the inside of the double O. Did he get him? Not quite. Gonna have to keep fighting. Needs to just send it here into the corner and get him clear by the apex. Not gonna happen. I think Larkin's gonna actually get clear here and get Painter checked up. Here comes Ziggy looking for the lead. Ziggy to the outside of the leader, but now he's got the lap car in front of him. And lap car's double wide ahead of him too. Ziggy not giving up. Fighting on the high side here. Ziggy noses ahead into turn 3. And he's going to be ahead off of 4. Ziggy's going to take the lead. That's our first lead change of the night. Oh, I thought he was going to stick it 3 wide with the lap cars. That would not have been smart. 25 pulling away as the 51 and the double O get racy. 68, the 0, the rest of the field is catching the leader now as they are stuck in this fight. Painter back to the lead. Can see the 68 creeping into the camera shot. Painter clears the 51. .58 going for second now. I think he might have gotten it there. Dwight York moves into second momentarily. We'll see if it holds. And now Painter's got to try to find a way around Larkin if he wants to try to get away from the rest of the field here. Look at this. The second group of cars has caught the back of this gaggle that is really just getting checked up by lap traffic more than anything else. Is York going to get clear? York gets clear. But Ziggy doesn't get through. Whitman trying to get around the lap traffic. Going to the high side. Looks like Ziggy might just get around the 51 here on the exit of 2. He's going to do it. Leader trying to get that gap stretched back out. You can get around Larkin. There is a little bit of open track, ignoring the 25 ahead. I'm honestly surprised to see Trey running this far back. We're used to seeing him up at the front. They must have missed on the setup, or maybe they're having some sort of issue with that car. Here comes York. He would like to maybe get some bonus points here if he could take the lead and lead a lap. Painters look pretty strong tonight, though. Painter goes a little bit high here. York looks to the bottom. Doesn't get the run off. That might actually let Moonglow take second back from him. Moonglow goes to the high side. And is Ziggy gonna get it? Not yet. Fight's still on back there. We're approaching halfway. Ziggy's still working on him. Rest of the lead lap cars kind of falling out of contention. Dave Daniels has gotten around Roger Whitman, though, to move himself up into fourth. And it looks like Ziggy finally got around York and moves himself back into the second place. Painter fading a little bit off the back of Larkin now. Makes you wonder if maybe the tires are starting to go away. Now, all of our research indicates that there should be a pit stop for fuel. We don't think they can do 200 laps on fuel. And it seems logical to me that you might consider splitting the race in half, but there is that risk of a caution, so I think it's going to be a bit of a split strategy. We've already seen a little bit of that. The guys have already short-pitted by quite a bit. But you can pit around here, around halfway here, 10-15 laps, and have tires at the end of the race that aren't any worse than what you got now, and not really have to worry about them going off a cliff. But is that really the strategy move that we're going to see these guys make? I think a lot of them are going to run it until it's out of fuel just for fear of a caution. It's like I said, for the guys that have already pitted, a caution comes out there, their day's done. Although at this point, everybody's still running. 30 cars in the lead lap. Larkin is the last car in the lead lap, and he's been holding them off valiantly. Cars down a lap: Charles White, Jacob Stump, Molitor Hill, Nate Moorhead, Chauncey Redmond Jr., Alex Stello, and Cristiano De Sa are all laps down at this point. We'll see if maybe as more pit stops happen, maybe something to cycle through for Redmond. He is running with the gaggle trying to chase down the leader. Feels like some of the space ahead is closing up. Trey seems to be about on pace with the leader. Let's see, last lap for Painter, 19.8. Last lap for Larkin, 19.9. He's not really that far off. Ooh, Beresford onto the apron there. Beresford way further back than you'd expect to see him. Rumor of new sponsorship on that team for next season. Rumors that they've been in talks with DoorDash. And we may even see that paint scheme get unveiled sometime this season and run before the year is out. But all that's yet to be seen. It sounds like the ink isn't even wet yet on a contract, but the contract may be printed. Painter continues to lead as we near halfway. He's led nearly every lap so far. And it looks like the field is starting to stack up ahead of him. Larkin's just caught the back of Sheets, and that's gonna... It's a nice gaggle forming in front of him. This could get dicey for the leader. The lead trio has a 4.5 second lead on the next set of lead lap cars, but the field's gonna stack up like this ahead of them. They might see that advantage begin to diminish quickly. Ziggy takes a little bit of a look to the inside, but there's nothing doing. He's going to take a bigger look here, though. Ziggy wants to lead again. Can he do it? Not really a terrible run that time. The car was completely sideways, but he still got a decent run through the corner. He's right there on his door. Nose is ahead down the backstretch. Which way's York going to go? York's going to go for the bottom. Ziggy's got the lead here, and he's cleared Trey. Moonglow to the lead. And York might go around him here too. Ziggy to the inside of Sheets, trying to get some breathing space. Doesn't get it done. York's ahead now of Painter. Up in the second for Dwight York, but Painter's going to keep fighting him. Ziggy wants that halfway bonus. Just ahead, Steven Spears working on Adam Beresford. Looks like Ziggy might just have gotten around Sheets here. He's got him. He's got 2 cars now between he and everybody else. With laps of being stuck behind cars, we may finally see some progress through the back of the field by the leaders. Lap 99. They're ticking away, and soon there'll be fewer left than we have on the board. Cars ahead side by side. Beresford trying to get around Spears. Doesn't do anything to him there. Moonglow to the outside of Beresford now. Might round him up here on this lap. And he's put another car lap down as we cross halfway. 100 laps are in the books. 100 to go. Moonglow now leads. Gonna take a look to the inside of Spears, trying to put Steven Spears a lap down. Doesn't quite clear him. Spears fighting it out on the high side. Doesn't want to lose this lap in case a caution comes out. still fighting. But I think Moonglow's got him now. That's it. Job done. Moonglow puts another one a lap down. That Alex Stello coming through these guys now. We're down to 26 cars on the lead lap. Ziggy to the inside of Grant here. Seems like the high side might be losing a little bit of its oomph, but not all of it. Grant holds him off. So let's see. Moonglow's got about 3 cars between he and the next lead lap car. So he's got a little bit of breathing room if he wants to take his time here, but I think he'd like to rush through this traffic and just get it over with. I will be curious to see if we get a green flag cycle, because I keep seeing in the back of our shots that Alex Stello's coming through the field on those new tires. That it may actually work out as a strategy to a short pitted, but you're going to have nothing at the end of that race. Well, this race is the case indeed. Yeah, Ziggy got a bunch of them there, but he's not kind of stalled out here with this 82. And they're pretty racy up ahead of him, too. A lot of side-by-side happening. That might give him an opportunity. We'll just have to see. Now I got 2 cars between he and Painter, and Stella's all over Painter, so I don't know what's in there. There goes Stella to the inside of Painter. Yeah, those tires are working for him. Yeah, look at that. We got Stello, Desan, and Redmond just trying to carve through here. Moonglow gets the inside of the 82 car. And we'll clear him. That's another car down a lap. 82's going to try to fight it, but it's over. Yeah, look at these cars on new tires just carving through. Stello's going to become a problem here for our leader. He's going to get there and I think make his life a little bit difficult as Ziggy gets pushed up to the high side. He's going to stay up there. Kind of parks it in the middle, stays a little high. Kind of running the middle of the track now. This is kind of where the grip is. And now he's got the cars on fresh tires right on him. Let's see what happens. they saw behind him. They're kind of fighting behind him. I think that's going to help him. The Painter's trying to get through this traffic. And caution is out. So much for the tires. Let's see if we can figure out what... Oh, we got smoke down the back. We'll have to see if we can figure out what the caution's for, but I think the pit road's going to be open this time. Pit road is open. Cars that were the tail end of the lead lap saw that green flag at the end of pit road and they dove in. That's a mistake from Gunk and Van Thiel. And that's basically ruined the nights of anybody that had already pitted. Looks like pretty much everybody in here. In fact, I think it's everybody but the pace car that's come in. And Moonglow will win the race off of pit road. York losing a bunch of spots. Whitman, I think, lost a handful. York still losing spots. And finally gets going. Pace cars coming around. These guys need to get rolling. Stop sign's going to be turned. And we're going to see Stephen Lowe, Reno Jackson, Nate Shupp, Ron Stout, and Bobby Farrell all going to lose a lap here because they couldn't get their pit service done quick enough. Let's see if we can figure out what brought out this caution. So we're green here. We know something happened down the... Oh, yeah, there's smoke. Ah. This Dwight York got turned by Trey from the third position. He might have been thinking about heading to the pit road. It was a single car accident, but that explains why York seemingly lost so many spots. He was already back there. So Gunk and Van Thiel are sitting out here tail end of the lead lap. Right? Yeah, they're not going to get waved around, but I think they're going to line them up on the outside. Kind of be an issue here for our leaders. And now everybody's on even tires, so the guys that pitted, their hopes are completely dashed. They lost 2 laps doing that, so even a quick caution here if they're lined up alongside Gunk and Van Thiel doesn't actually get them out of the hole, but it helps. And the lights are out on the pace car. We're going to line them up double wide. So Van Thiel and Gunk are tail end of the lead lap here. The leader is Moonglow in the 02, lime green Dodge. So this could get interesting. Alright, pace car coming in. And here we come to the flag stand. Green flag. No one really gains a distinct advantage there on the start. So we're still double file through most of the field. Van Thiel's going to pull ahead here. Painter's going to go to the bottom and try to get around Moonglow in the confusion. Not going to do it, I don't think. He's going to stuff it into 3. But doesn't get the run off. Here comes Weston to the outside of Painter. Can't get established up there. Got a good handful of cars that are just ahead of the leader. They're screaming for debris, a spin, anything. Alright, now Moonglow's going to start trying to work around these tail end of the lead lap cars. Gets real squirrely on the bottom trying to race this 59 car. Here comes Painter on the high side. Can't make it stick. Weston looking for second now. And here comes Dave Daniels too. Weston might have gotten clear. Needs to slide up. I think he's got him, but Painter's going to sail it into turn one. Painter hanging tough. Weston just doesn't want to slam the door because he doesn't want to get put in the fence if he slams it too hard, but he's got him now. Weston moves into second. Now Dave Daniels taking a look at Painter. Really sliding the car on the bottom. That's got to kill those tires. And Painter can now look a little forward and see if he can get back on terms here. As Moonglow's trying to get around these lap cars, get into the clear track ahead and see if he can just drive away from the field. But I don't think these lap cars are going to let him do that. See, we got any interesting battles forming throughout the field. A lot of single file. Whoa! Some sort of incident. We've got a car that's gone around. Do we have a caution? No yellow, I don't think. No yellow, but the 80 with a ton of damage. What has happened? 79 and 80 have gotten together and slammed that 80 car into the inside wall. No yellow. We're still green. See, 80 continues to limp. I think the 80's looking for pit road here, and he'll finally find it. Gonna bring it down real slow to his crew. That left front looks a bit used up. And that's gonna drop him to last in the field. Ziggy continues to lead. And I tell you what, these guys just ahead of Ziggy, their spotters and crew chiefs are livid that race control kept us green there. That yellow would have saved a couple of these cars and greatly assisted the others. It wouldn't have quite saved the race for the 18, 40, and 72, but it would have put them down to one lap down solid and given them a chance to get back in this. But those chances are quickly evaporating. Ziggy's got a little bit of buffer here. He's got one lap car between he and the rest of the field. But it's not exactly what you would call comfortable. He would like to get around these cars. You see Desai has just pulled away from everybody. Kind of a testament to how good of a car Desai has and how unfortunate it is that they went with a strategy that did not play out. Gunk gets the inside of Moonglow. Here comes Daniels behind. I think Ziggy's going to be okay here. But Daniels is going to go to the outside of Gunk. See if he gets around here in short order. I think he will. Yes. A challenger approaches. Well, maybe not. Gunk going back at him. Spoke too soon. Did Gunk clear him? Jeez, that was a hell of a drive off that corner. Yeah, he didn't quite clear him. But he's making Daniels really fight for this. Painter trying to get around Gunk as well. Let's go up to our chopper cam, try to get a bird's eye view of what's happening out there. Looks like Painter trying to get around Daniels now. Painter really wants to get up there. He's led so much of this race. It would be an absolute shame if he couldn't finish it off the win. But he's got some work to do. He needs to get up there. Riding on board, the back bumper from the O2 car, looking back at the challengers, coming for this lead. Here comes Painter. That Call of Duty Black Ops Camry looking hooked up. Edging ever closer. Laps ticking away though. There are not going to be many opportunities to make good on this. Finally gets the outside of Stello. Painter's going to follow him through. No, Painter can't make it stick on the high side. He's going to get a buffer. Painter gets clear. Looking forward to the 33, hunting, but he's now got a lap car he's going to have to get through. Laps are winding down, and the opportunities to make any progress are getting fewer and fewer. Moonglow starting to pull away. If he can get around Van Thiel, he might be gone. Moonglow to the inside of Van Thiel. He's cleared him. This is bad news for the chasers. Ziggy might have just made the move of the race. Coming to 50 to go this time around. He's got a decent amount of clear track ahead of him. Painter just cannot get to these lap cars to do anything with them. Top 10 as we run now. Ziggy Moonglow is your leader. Jack Painter in second. Rod West in third, looking for second. Fourth is Dave Daniels. Joel Polson running a solid fifth. Sixth place, Roger Whitman. He's faded a few spots, but still hanging on to the top 10. Jared Mogard in eighth. Dwight York trying to rebound in ninth, having gotten spun by a lap car from the third place. And Doug Sparkle, a good run, in 10th. See if we can go through the field and give you a look at all these guys. There's Whitman, he's got some lap cars he's fighting with. Dylan Luthley running 7th. I don't know that I actually mentioned him at all when I just ran through the top 10. There's Jared and Dwight. Doug Spark fighting with Reno Jackson. Reno is not on the lead lap. Just sort of frustrating Spark here. The 11th is Steve Inkman. Jared Shadle is running 12th. 13th, we got to go back to John Cheeseman. 14th, one of his best runs of the season so far, is Stephen Davis. They may finally have figured out where the gremlin was and beat it with a wrench. Ben White running 15th. 16th, fighting with 17th here. We got Brandon Rains and Philip Parker having a nice little scrap here. And last car on the lead lap, Brian Lowe running 18th. Ziggy has caught the 80, so that may limit his ability to run away from this field, but there's a lot of space ahead of that 80. And the 18, I don't think he needs to worry about. He's going to go to the inside of the 80. He's not going to get him like that. See if we can size him up, go again. Still a rather half-hearted move. Really just gotta go in there and make it stick. There we go, he's gotten around that car. He's gonna have a lot of clear track ahead of himself here. Meanwhile, Painter, Weston, they're getting nowhere on these lap cars. Dave Daniels, Joe Polson might have a fight here in a little bit. York is trying to work his way forward. He's caught Mogard. Jarrett's not going to make this easy on him now. And would you look at who's just ahead here, Trey Larkin. I wonder if Dwight has any payback in him. And now York having trouble with lap cars. He may be going a little backwards as Sheets goes to his outside. Yep, fading back now. Doug Spark not in an immediate fight with anybody, but Inkman is closing up on him here a little bit. Gap up front is opening up 2 3/4 at this point. Cheeseman and Davis might be having a scrap here behind the 24 car. Steven Davis looking to the bottom. Doesn't quite have the runoff to do anything with it. And Davis will fade back a little bit here. Have to regroup. Parker's gotten around Reigns. And Desai and Redmond have caught the back of the field and are carving them up. It shows the strategy really just did not play out for these guys, but they did get a lap back by racing their way around the leader. So they are now getting to where they're going to start picking up spots. They can start picking up some of these guys that have already lost the lap. They might be able to salvage a few spots in this field. Ooh, damage to the 0. What has happened to Dave Daniels? When did that happen? Ooh. Happened a couple of laps ago down the front stretch. Joe Polson looks like he nicked him and put him in the inside wall. We stayed green. I didn't even notice it. That was pretty heavy contact. Oh, we got the outside too. That could have been a massive incident. So Daniels now limping with some damage. Hasn't necessitated him to come in. Doesn't look like anything's rubbing, but suboptimal. They saw onto the back of the field. Moonglow might actually catch the back of the field here before the checkered flag, but I don't know that it'll make much of a difference. So that incident has moved Whitman up to 5th. Broderick's had a pretty good season. He's had a few off races, but he tends to be running towards the sharp end of the field in this absolutely cursed race car. 15 trying to make a move on the 0. Still trying to figure out if Daniels is off song or... Yeah, I cannot imagine the damage is not hurting him here. So he's going to lose a spot to the 15. Not surprised we've had all this contact, but not a second yellow. We are still going green. More contact. Yellow is out. We have a caution. Big crash on the back. Desaw's in it. Stello's in it. What just happened? Cristiano Desaw ground to a halt. This car just went dead stick on him in the middle of 1 and 2. Moonglow just sneaks by him, and he's gonna try to pull it off, but there's nowhere to go here. And these guys are just gonna pile into him. That took out Polson. That car's gotta be done. And I hear carnage happening here. This does not sound like it was good. Yep, 82 got him. Oh, Whitman gets hammered. Yeah, that was ugly. That was very ugly. Dave Daniels, I think, might be done. Like, they all just piled into each other here. And we just, stacked a bunch of cars up. Cars driving under people. Wow. So that has, the 15 is out, 007 out, 00 out, 72 out, 82 out, 0 out. The 18 still getting towed around. So that has really mixed this race up here with 25 to go. Let's see, Desaw has resumed. So whatever was wrong with that car was repairable. It's just a shame that somebody had to pile into him and wreck a bunch of cars. That has worked out for Redmond. That's gotten him to 1 lap down. So that's going to give him some opportunities here on the restart to pick up some spots, but still not the ideal strategy that they would have liked to have played today. And Ziggy really not happy to see that, because that's eliminated a very large lead that he was working on. Yeah, hearing from the pit lane, the 00 was done. That contact ripped the fuel cell clean out of the car. And it doesn't run well with no fuel cell in it. So that's a good-looking day for Polson, Mogart, and Daniels up in smoke. Desaw somehow still circulating. He'll pick up those spots, but not looking like the best of days for him. Let's see, will we get the lights out on the pace car this time? Lights are out on the pace car. We're going to line them up double wide. Got a handful now of damaged cars that are going to be out there. I'm not sure if we're going to have anybody way off the pace. I will be shocked if that 18 is up to full song. So as we run here, coming to the restart, it's Moonglow, Weston, Painter, Luthley, Whitman, York, Shadle, Spark, Cheeseman, and Inkman, your top 10. As the pace car comes in. With 15 on the lead lap. And we are green again. Yeah, that 80 is a little off song. Ziggy gets clear right away. Rod's gonna have to work a little harder for it. But Rod will clear him down the back. Here comes Painter. field all stacked up behind these lap cars, but we've got to fight for the lead. Here comes Weston. Weston and Painter hunting for it with 20 to go. Moongo looking pretty confident here ahead of them. Just trying to ride out the laps. They're not quite getting close enough to really be a threat just yet. Painter just doesn't seem to have the car he had before. Just gonna jump ahead of the field here. Yeah, nobody really slow off the back, so we don't have to worry about that. They're just all checked up behind this 80 car that's not quite at full slung, but look at this. Painter's losing contact now. He just does not have the car he had at the start of the race. And Moonglow, I think, may just be running a pace that keeps him just far enough ahead. There's no need to take any extra life out of these tires in case you need it later. Yeah, Weston now fading back to Painter. Moonglow would love to see them fight in his mirror. That'll let him stretch it out. 15 to go. Gap starting to open at the front. Moonglow came in the points leader, and he is looking to extend his lead over the field. And a run like this will do it for him. Let's see, where's the first lead lap car in this group? Bluethley nowhere near getting through these cars anytime soon. Whitman with damage. He got real crunched up in that crash, but he's still going. Holding P6, just wants to make the end here. Got Shadle right up behind him. Spark trying to get through some of these lap cars. He'd love to pick up some more spots. Cheeseman and Inkman right on top of each other. And they've got White and Davis right behind them. Here comes Ben White. Ben White gonna try to get himself into the top 10 and follow Moorhead around the outside of these guys. I think he's got Inkman. Is he gonna get Cheeseman too? Ben White into the top 10. Stephen Davis trying to join him. Inkman now back to 12th from the looks of it. Cheeseman in 10th, might end up here on 11th. Stephen Davis cutting his way through these guys. Stephen Davis into the top 10. This is the run of the season for this team. He needs to keep it up and keep digging. We're inside 10 to go, and the gap at the front has come down. Weston is pulled back up on Moonglow. Not going to get many chances to do anything with him. He needs to get there and do whatever he's going to do. Will it be a bump and run? Will it be a dive to the inside? Or will he be smart? Maybe try to go to the outside and pin Ziggy down. I think that's the best move from what we've been seeing in the pack. The bottom just doesn't work if you don't have the room to open up the throttle and go to the wall. Here comes Weston. He's as close as we've seen him. Not even a hint of a look there, though. 6 laps to go. Painter right there. If the door opens, he's going to go running through it. Weston gets another run down the back. but just not close enough to send it in. Painter will send it in on Weston. That's what Moonglow wants to see. Painter gets real squirrely. Weston clears him. Oh, but Painter's going to send it back in. 5 laps to go, and this is exactly what Ziggy Moonglow needs to see in his mirrors. These two fighting tooth and nail over second place. But he's not getting away while they do it. Four to go. They are running out of opportunities. Weston needs to gather it up and go for him. Pair of Dodges lead of Toyota. Dodge liking their odds of winning this event. Moonglow stretching it back out. 3 to go. Coming to 2 to go. I think Moonglow's pulling away again. They're going to get to him. They're going to get one chance at him. 2 laps. And now Painter is all over West, and he's going to have a look at the inside. Moonglow's going to get this race. It's all over. Short of a mechanical failure, I think Ziggy's got nothing to worry about as he takes the white flag. One more trip around. Off of turn 2 for the last time. Plenty of breathing room. Down the back for the last time. Through 3 and 4. Checkered flag in the flagman's hand. Ziggy Moonglow is going to win the Music City 200. Rod Weston second. Jack Painter third. Dylan Luthie's going to come home fourth. Dwight York fifth. Roderick Whitman and Shador are going to fight. Whitman's just going to get him on the line. Doug Spark with a top 10. Top 10s for Ben White and Stephen Davis. Cheeseman and Inkman 11th and 12th. Painter, and we're all going to kill each other on the cooldown lap because AI. Brandon Raines 14th. Brian Lowe 15th. Last car in the lead lap. Adam Beresford ends up a lap down in 16th. Cristiano De Sa, terrible day, ends up 30th. 4 laps down with a lot of damage, but at least didn't get wiped out in the wreck, so he got to pick up some of those spots. Chauncey Redmond Jr. 28th. A lap down. Bad pit strategy. Just ruined his day. Alright, let's get us some points and then we will call tonight. I just realized, how am I going to upload the points to the admin site if I don't want to look at the page because I don't know who won the extravaganza race and I haven't watched it yet? Problems. Now we will have probably at least 1 week off before we go to Daytona because the schedules have gotten a little out of sync. Kind of depends on how I'm feeling and where exactly I take the week here. Okay, maybe I can get into the admin site directly. Yes, we're into the admin site directly. Don't need that program running. Come on, load. Alright, let's upload some points. Man, the website's slow today. 2022. It's excruciatingly slow, in fact, today. Jeez. Okay. That's the wrong file, but it'll get me where I want to be. Alright. Here are the point standings. After 17 rounds, Ziggy extends his point leads over Mogard. Rod Weston moves up to third. Dave Daniels down to fourth. Dwight York jumps up 2. Beresford and Parker lose a spot each. Whitman holds 8th. Brian Lowe holds 9th. Ben White up a spot. Chauncey Redmond loses a spot. Cheeseman up 3. Farrell and Stephen Lowe each lose 1. Steve Inkman up. Stout stays where he was. Joe Polson down 3 with that bad finish. Desaw down 1. No changes at the top 20, although Brandon Raines is now 46 behind Reno Jackson to try to work his way in. Trey Larkin gained a spot. Still got some work to do to start pre-qualifying. Doug Spark picked up a spot. He's not much closer to getting to the top 20 than Larkin is. Those guys with Stello, Painter, they're all on top of each other for that spot. All right, well,